Hello, welcome back to the online course on analog integrated circuits. In the last class, we have learned what is analog multiplier and different techniques for implementing an analog multiplier. This analog multiplier is also available as integrated circuits which consists of op-amps and other components inside the IC. So let us see one of those ICs AD633. An analog multiplier is a circuit whose output is the product of instantaneous values of the input voltages. This is the pin diagram of analog multiplier IC, which is AD633. We can see at pin number 1 and 2 we can apply two inputs H1 and H2, and pin numbers 3 and 4 we can apply another two inputs Y1 and Y2. These inputs are connected to two different op-amps. Output of the first op-amp H1 minus H2 is multiplied with Y1 minus Y2, which is the output of this op-amp, and this product Vx into Vy will be scaled by a term 1 by 10. The scaled value is applied to an adder which is being provided with another input Z. Then the sum is applied to a voltage follower, so we get the output at pin number 7, that is W. So the pin numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6 are the inputs, pin number 7 is the output, and pin numbers 5 and 8 are used to provide the supply voltage. Let us look at the characteristics of the multiplier IC. This multiplier IC can be used as a 4-quadrant multiplier. It has high input impedance, therefore the loading effect on the source is negligible. It can operate with supply voltages ranging from plus or minus 8 volt to plus or minus 18 volt, and the typical voltage range of input signals is plus or minus 10 volt. The overall output W can be expressed as W is equal to H1 minus H2 into Y1 minus Y2 divided by 10 plus Z. Depending on the applications, we can use some of the input and others can connect it to ground. Suppose if we want to implement a multiplier whose having output VO is equal to K into Vx into Vy, then we will connect H2, Y2 and Z are connected to ground, and Vx will apply to the input H1 and Vy will apply to the input Y1. Here K is equal to 1 by 10, hence the output will be equal to Vx into Vy divided by 10. Here is the transfer curve of the above multiplier. Input Vx is taken in the x-axis and output W is in y-axis, and each line is plotted by fixing a constant Vy. Different lines represents the variation of the output with respect to Vx for different Vy. So here it is the Vy axis. So let us see some of the applications of AD633 multiplier. First one, it can be used as a voltage squarer by shorting the inputs Vx and Vy and giving a single input which is to be squared. Here the inputs are shorted together and given a single input Vi. Hence Vx and Vy will be equal to Vi. So the output would be equal to K into Vi square, that is equal to 1 by 10 into Vi square.
As I said earlier, input can be positive or negative between 0 and 10 volt. AD633 IC can also be used as a frequency doubler.
Here also, the inputs X1 and Y1 are shorted together and provided with an input, and we take the output from pin number 7. Suppose the input Vi is equal to some AV into sine 2 pi ft, then the output Vo will be equal to 1 by 10 into AV sine 2 pi ft into AV into sine 2 pi ft. Hence it will be equal to AV square divided by 10 into sine square 2 pi ft. And we know sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. So this becomes AB square by 10 into 1 minus cos 4 pi ft. Here we can see there is a DC value AV square by 10 and an AC signal AV square by 10 into cos 4 pi ft or AV square by 10 into cos 2 pi into 2f into t. That is, AC signal frequency becomes double of the frequency of input signal. This DC can be removed by placing a capacitor at the output. Next is voltage divider and square rooter. This is the circuit for using AD633 as a voltage divider as well as square rooter. First, we will see voltage divider. See, we have a numerator, V numerator, and V denominator. And we expect an output is equal to or proportional to V numerator divided by V denominator. Here we have an op-amp. Its output is connected to one of the inputs of AD633 and the other input of the AD633 is the V denominator. So the output of multiplier will be equal to K into VOA into V denominator, where VOA is the output of the op-amp. Here the current is I1 and the current through this resistor is I2, and there is no current to the op-amp input because of the very high input impedance. Then apply the KCL at this point A, then we will get I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. Here node A is in virtual ground because this terminal is connected to the ground. So the voltage at this point VA is equal to 0. I1 is equal to V numerator minus 0 divided by R, and I2 is equal to VOM minus 0 divided by R. Then V numerator divided by R plus VOM divided by R is equal to 0. Then V numerator divided by R is equal to minus VOM divided by R, and we can say that V numerator is equal to minus VOM. We have VOM is equal to KVOA into V denominator. Then we get V numerator is equal to minus K into VOA into V denominator. Hence, VOA is equal to minus V numerator divided by K into V denominator. That is, if we take the output from this point, then the circuit will act as a voltage divider. This circuit can also be used as a square rooter if op-amp output is connected to the both inputs of the multiplier. That is,
In this case, V denominator is equal to VOA and input minus Vi is applied here.
Then V numerator is equal to minus Vi.
Hence, the op-amp output VOA will be equal to minus of minus Vi divided by K into VOA. Take this VOA towards LHS, hence VOA square will be equal to Vi divided by K, or VOA is equal to square root of Vi divided by K.
Here we should remember one thing,
That is, input voltage must be negative. That's why a minus sign is in the input voltage. Another application of AD633 is phase angle detector. Here is the circuit in which an input Vxp into sine 2 pi ft is applied as Vx, and a signal whose phase angle is to be measured is applied to Vy. That is, Vy is equal to Vyp into sine of 2 pi ft plus unknown theta, where theta is to be measured. And at the output, a DC voltmeter is connected to measure the DC value of the output. Here V0 is equal to Vx into Vy divided by 10, and apply the values of Vx and Vy, then we will get V out is equal to Vxp into sine 2 pi ft into Vyp into sine 2 pi ft plus theta whole divided by 10, and which will be equal to Vxp into Vyp divided by 10 into sine 2 pi ft into sine 2 pi ft plus theta. We know that sine A into sine B is equal to 1 by 2 into cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Here A is 2 pi ft and B is 2 pi ft plus theta. Hence, we will get the output as V0 is equal to Vxp into Vyp divided by 20 into cos theta minus cos 4 pi ft plus theta. The DC component of this output VODC is Vxp into Vyp divided by 20 into cos theta. Here, if Vxp and Vyp are known, which can be measured at the input side, we can extract cos theta by dividing VODC by Vxp into Vyp divided by 10. Hence, VODC divided by Vxp into Vyp divided by 10 will be equal to cos theta, or make the value of Vxp into Vyp is equal to 20. Hence, we will get VODC is equal to cos theta. This is how the phase angle of an input signal is being measured. So, these are the important applications of the multiplier IC AD633. Okay, let me stop here today. We will continue in the next class with another topic, voltage controlled oscillator. Thank you.